Hey, what's up, Ian's guys? Laughing Trucker here, man. Still out here super trucking, motherfucking. Gotta keep it real, got an early start this morning, hoping they're gonna get me loaded here, getting this live load done and whatnot. Supposed to be heading home today, which is pretty excited about. Granted, I'm not on the road for very long, but still excited to go home every week. So I was thinking about what to kind of talk about this week, and I was thinking, man, a lot of people don't know is to get into trucking school, it's actually really freaking easy. For me, the way I went about it, a lot of people are always worried about money with it, or how much is it going to cost me. Whenever I got into school, I was already unemployed due to COVID and whatnot, and I went through, in my state, what we call in PA's career links. Now, the guy I worked with there was pretty cool. The school referenced me to him, and really good, cool guy, really willing and able to work within this quote-unquote rules. We're going to use that very loosely on this. But the state has a program where if you're unemployed and you're going to go to school for training, whether it be trucking or some other kind of trade, the state will give you $10,000 to put towards schooling. For me, my schooling was, I don't know, $6-7 grand, something like that. I didn't really care too much because I knew I was already going to go into trucking and whatnot. But for anything else you want to go into, there are programs out there that will actually pay for you, and that's what our tax dollars go to, at least in the state of PA. So what I did, I went up and talked to this guy, and the first thing he's asked me, he's like, "Can you pass the drug test?" I said, "Yeah." The second thing he asked me, he's like, "You ever been on drugs? You ever did drugs before?" I'm like, "No, not my thing. I like my beer, but drugs ain't my thing." He says, "Well," have you ever thought about smoking pot?" I was like, "Nah, not really." "But why?" He's like, "Because I can get you funded in less than 24 hours. You said you smoke pot." I said, "Oh, well, I smoke pot." First thing, so really, how long have you had that problem? I'm like, "I don't know, like 2 years, I guess." That's how I'm gonna roll with this. And he's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "All right, cool." Set me up with get my so-called drug test done, and I was able to get the funding. And then you also had to do, I think it was some kind of assessment. And when I say these guys work with you, they really do. They're really cool. They're willing to work within the rules, as they say. They don't break the rules. They work within the rules. And they had to do an assessment, and I was cracking up because first question is, I'm not good with math. I suck at math. Ain't my thing. I was like, "How much math on there is there? How much? What do I need to know so I can just get muddled through this bullshit?" And it was funny. He goes, "No one fails this test. It's impossible." I said, "All right, nothing's impossible. I'll be that guy who fails the test." So I went to their center and did this test and whatnot. And I asked a couple questions like, "What about this? Do I need to worry about that?" Your typical questions. And sat down and take the test. Guy came in there, "Hey man, how you doing?" I hadn't been on it for maybe like 5 minutes. I was like, "I'm doing fine. It's whatever." I was like, "All right." I noticed he had a paper in his hand, and he just left it beside me. He's like, "All right, dude. All right, man. I'll come in. I'll check on you later on. Just take your time with it. Don't worry about it." Mind you, this is why I like going through it with this guy. It was the entire answer sheet. The entire answer sheet. I copied that sucker verbatim. And no one said you were getting graded. This was just an assessment. I think it's for the competency or something. I don't know. Either way, I had all the answers. Who wouldn't do it? He didn't break any rules. He forgot the paper. So who wouldn't take advantage of that? So I did that. Got through it. He called me like a day later and said, "Hey, you're all good. You're funded. $10,000. Here's what you gotta do at the end of this program. You gotta pass a drug test." So okay, I don't really give a shit. No big deal. And you gotta find a job and you gotta show us that you got a job. So, all right, it's really no big deal because I should have a job before I got here. Trucking isn't a high demand thing, you know. So got into school. My instructor. So when I went, well, not when I went back to school, they said it was already all set up. Since they have a program with the state, it's very easy. Literally just sign a few papers, go to the school orientation, and then just show up for class. That's all. Literally is how easy it was. And they even gave me money for transportation. I couldn't believe I finagled that out of the state. Gotta love PA. So that's what I kind of want to talk about. There is more than one way in order to go to school, and that's with anything. There's some scholarships out there, even if you're going to college. I think they're literally called dumb scholarships. Like, I think you get, but you gotta look for this stuff. You gotta know where to go. I mean, some of those scholarships are just literally dumb. I looked up that stuff in high school. You know, you can get a scholarship for putting your hand up a cow's ass. I am not kidding you. That is worth a scholarship. It was like a $200, $500 scholarship, but hey, free money is free money. I'll put my hand up a cow's ass for another $500. Why not? It's not coming out of my pocket. But I keep going back to this. It's really how you go about it, how you're willing to hustle, what you're willing to work for. And I've come to discover that after a long time of shooting myself in the foot. But I just want to tell people out there, man, it's more than one way to go to school and whatnot. And come on, guys. There's more than one way to go to school. You just gotta look for it. You gotta find it. It's not always traditional. I did my associates. I still got the student debt from it, and it's just, you don't have to go that route if you really don't want to. I guess this is where I was supposed to say, hey, you know what, study hard, you'll be fine. But that's not always the case. It's about what you do and what you're going to do, and the follow through of doing that. And honestly, for me, I'm not a college person. I'm surprised I made it out in 2 years and got an associate's degree. Honestly, I got tired and I got bored of it, and I was just like, this is not my style. I'm not a desk person. I already knew this. And so one thing you do want to do is you want to look at the state. Sometimes the state will have programs like Career Links. They will help you. They'll tell you if they can. Really cool. Like I said, I got $10,000 to go to school, and all I had to do was pass the drug test and found a place of employment and told them who I was working for. That was it. That was all it was. So that's how that kind of worked out for me, which was really awesome. And then, let's see, you can do the funding through the state, pay for it yourself, straight cash. You can get a personal loan, or if someone in your family is able to help you with that, or get you like a down payment for the student for the financial aid. There's financial aid. There's Pell Grants. There's some other kind of grant. I forget what the hell it is. But there's a lot of ways you can do it. Some of them you gotta pay back, some of them you don't. The loans, definitely anything loan-wise, grant-wise, you pretty much have to pay back. Financial aid, pay back. With me, with the state, I did not have to pay back because I found a job within X amount of time. I forget how long I had. I think it was like 90 days or some shit like that. But that's what I really wanted to kind of get out there, is that there's a lot more out there to do different things that you want to do, not just trucking itself, but like if you want to get into cosmetology, electrician, welder, or whatever, there's ways to go around it without always setting yourself back, or you really taking that hit personally and then putting extra pressure upon yourself. I don't do this, I am screwed. For me, I honestly, granted I didn't have to pay the money back, but I was under that mentality, if I don't do this, I am screwed. And that whenever I was in class, that was one of the biggest things my instructor would always harp on me for. He's like, "You're putting too much pressure on yourself. Fucking relax." I was like, "Dude, I can't relax. I can't stop. I need to keep going a lot harder than what I've been doing. I've been screwing around this entire time. I've been just not being a smart person, not doing what I needed to do so I could get ahead or get myself into a comfortable position." And with that though, trucking isn't for everyone, man. Trucking is a mentality thing, just like any job. It's all mentality. What you put in it, I should say what you put in is what you get out of it, and that's not always true either. I mean, I worked at Chipotle for 3 years with a manager, really great boss, best boss I ever had, but he kept on telling me, you learn this, we'll make you a manager. Whoa, learn that, you'll become a manager. We'll take care of that, we'll make you a manager. I do all those things. I would always do it. I would always get the biggest raises, but I never made that manager spot. I kept having that carrot dangle right there. And that's what happens. That's just life, though. I mean, you got to figure it out sooner rather than later. Who's dangling the carrot, who's not dangling the carrot, where you're going to make the most progress. And that's one of the biggest issues for me whenever I was going through these different jobs, thinking, I can make it here, I can make it there. If I do this, I'll get promoted. And that's not always the case. And I mean, I failed for years of moving up in companies. I could make the best numbers or close to the best numbers, but I still would never be able to move to that next level, or what they call the next level. I could do the responsibilities of the next level, but I wasn't good enough to be promoted to that so-called next level. But that's one thing you gotta find out for yourself. And this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter video. I really need to find out. Come on. But I really need to find out if they really alerted me or not, because I just docked the truck and I had to go to the restroom. It was green when I left, green when I got here, but sometimes they're quick about loading, and I don't know if they already loaded me real quick or not. So I'm gonna have to run and find out what's going on there and whatnot. But yeah, there's always ways. It's just what kind of effort do you want to put in there, and then when you think you've reached the end of that rope, there's still going to be a thread somewhere, and it's up to you to find it and how much you want to put into it, because that's just the way it is. It's something I've discovered here in the last 9 months or so, and I've made a lot of progress. I honestly, people thought I was crazy. I'm really happy with what I've done. People thought I was crazy because I said, I'm gonna get into trucking. I made some simple goals, and then I made some real lofty fucking goals, like stupid lofty. I came into school and said, all right, I'm gonna pass my permit test. Easy. It's what you do anyway, so you gotta pass that test. Next, I'm gonna pass my my driver's test first try. Guess what? I failed first try. But it was my stupidity, because I messed up on terminology. They're particular about it at times. I did the air brake, my air brake check, and I think I messed up on saying how many PSI drops, whatever. After that, boom, I went back the next day, did it again, boom, perfect, no problems, it was easy. Then after that, I said, all right, cool, I got my license. When I started getting into a company, simple shit. I got into a company and said, all right, my goal is when I first come in, I'm gonna come out of the gate swinging. I'm gonna make that big number. I'm gonna make that 60, 70, 80, somewhere in that range. Going, all right, I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna swing for the fences. And I knew it was experience-based, but I knew how hard I can push already from all these other jobs I've had. And what it is, what happened was I actually flunked out of my very first orientation, the first place I worked. Yep, I failed straight out of it. I went over to H.O. Welding. I learned a lot of things. I learned how much experience really matters and how much repetition matters, and a hell of a lot more about how much practice matters. Honestly, really cool place, really nice people. Wasn't a fit for me. I wasn't to that level. I was nowhere near that level. Granted, they would take you right out of school, but the exercises they would have you do, I just wasn't good at them, because when I was in school, it was a 48-foot trailer to begin with. On top of that, my instructor literally taped out all the trailer and the truck, and literally just matched the tapes to what was on the dash of how to go, and you were able to pass all your backing exercises without any issues. And we only parallel parked, straight line back, and I think a driver's side back or something like that. That's all you needed. It was easy. But so when I went there, it was rough. I never backed a trailer in at a 45, never backed a trailer in at a 90. Parallel park, driver's side and parallel park, blind side, and I never knew what a fucking button hook turn was and all that. But that's just another video. I'm getting too far into this, because I've just been having a lot on my mind I want to talk about. But I'll get into that a little further on, and just kind of the trials and tribulations and whatnot. But yeah, there's always a way. It's just up to you to figure it out. And when you haven't figured it out, just fucking talk to someone that's kind of, I guess, odd. Not someone traditional. Just sometimes it's the odd person that might know something or might trigger something in your mind to really get you go, oh, I never thought of doing that. What if I tried doing this? Now, and it sounds like going down a rabbit hole, and it almost is. You just gotta know where to stop yourself. But that's pretty much it, man. It's just finding out all the different ways, and then taking what ways are going to work best for you. For me, I had no money. I had nothing in my name. I barely got my bills paid, and I'm unemployed. What do I have? I had nothing. I went through the state to get my CDL, and a lot of people say, "Oh, what kind of man are you? You went through the state." I was like, "Yeah, the fucking state paid for me. Where did I didn't lose no money. My tax dollars paid for it anyways. Why not? Why not?" And I would guess most states have it. I'm not 100% sure, but it's not something that's talked about or shown. And I don't think a lot of people know about it. So if you plan on getting into something or some kind of trade, check out what your state has to offer. Go to their county building and whatnot, and in their county, and see what they have. People will probably be able to direct you pretty decently around there. All right. Well, anyways, you guys have a good one. Keep out there, keep trucking, keep running, keep kicking ass, and I'm just gonna sit here and keep super trucking, motherfucking. That is a joke. I don't super truck. I try not to. I just like to have fun and talk shit. Anyways, you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you next week.